style in Florentine leather. And this is your effortless slouchy bag. Like, you know when you want to look good, but you want to look like you didn't look like you were trying?
Yes.
Like, you don't look like you're trying too hard.
Yeah.
This is that bag that gives you sort of like that casual vibe, but also still feels very polished and pulled together. And Dooney's highest quality leather that comes to us from Florence, Italy, family-owned tannery. It gets better and better with time, and we've got great colors for you to choose from. Debuting now in the light taupe. I love that color.
Beautiful. It's kind of this gorgeous taupey gray, really, I mean, just really lovely. You can see, I would say if you love Dooney and Bourke Ecru, this is just going to be slightly more in the gray family.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Pretty,
My
right?
first bag was, my first Dooney bag, it's Florentine, and it's in the Ecru.
Oh, nice. There you
Yes,
go. So
yeah,
you know
this
what
is
I'm
very
talking
similar.
about. Yeah.
Here's the black. If you just need a great black leather bag, you can never go wrong with black and Florentine leather. And by the way, I'm just going to like unzip a little so you can see
good call.
that you even get that collar of suede.
So much suede. So much suede. And I love that we're close up on the black too, because this is the one that'll be completely tonal. We use dark stitching, and all of the edges of the leather will be painted black, whereas the other bags you get a little bit of contrast.
Here is the natural. So if you're loving that neutral story, maybe you're going for the natural. The salmon? Excuse me.
I mean, this is gorgeous, and I love that we named it salmon because it is, like, if you pick up, I love smoked salmon myself.
Me too.
So it is going to be a little bit more in the coral family, right, than like a cooked salmon, if that's,
Yes.
Sorry, everything for me goes back to food, so I just had to
That
point
is
that out.
perfect,
Yeah.
because cooked salmon's a little bit more pink.
Yeah,
that
this
is
is a
like
little more
smoked
coral.
salmon.
Yeah.
Here is navy, and if you're like, wait a minute, that looks black. I'm just going to slide it over to the black so that you can see the difference, because this is a true deep, dark, rich blue. The black is up top. So notice how that does have more of a blue tone to it. But your navy is
Like a midnight
like
sky.
navy. Yeah. And then your final choice is red. A 691721 is that item number. Brand new.
Red. Ooh-wee, that's gorgeous. So much to talk about in this bag. I mean, this is our first Florentine in the show, so I've got to start with the leather. It is Florentine leather. It's from Florence, Italy. If you visit Florence, Italy, they do have these incredible open-air leather markets where it's where the leather is sourced from. I was actually just on with Mary DeAngelis, and she had tried to buy leather in Florence, Italy once for her husband, and they wouldn't let her because she didn't have
do with this leather?
We'll give it to her husband. He's like a craftsman.
Oh,
but she didn't have the license, and so they were like, "You can't buy the leather." So I always love that story because it truly, you know, just I never take for granted working at Dooney and Bourke, like how fine this leather is. We do work with a family-owned tannery, which I love because Florentine leather is something that has just a heritage of hundreds of years. So working with this family who has been sourcing their leather, tanning and treating it in these ways that produce this buttery soft leather. And I think in a silhouette like this, with that gorgeous fold, you need a suppleness to the leather that not necessarily any other leather with lesser quality, or maybe that isn't the Florentine style of that slouch, that buttery softness. You would be able to do this, manipulate it in such a way, right? So you're able to see folds on the sides as well. 24 karat plated gold hardware on our Florentine collection, so beautiful on those rings, as well as your 4 feet on the bottom. And this is, I mean, another wow factor.
Look at all that suede.
So much suede. And this is that great billiard green, just so rich and luxe. And the billiard green suede contrasting with that really vibrant red lining inside of your bag is just such a great marriage. Very high end.
And so much capacity as well. By the way, 7 inches long, 9.5 inches wide, 5.5 inches deep, and you get 18 to 22 inches on that strap drop.
Yes.
So lots of adjustability. And before you even start loading it up, it's just over a pound. So pretty lightweight considering how much leather that you're bringing home. But Florentine leather, if you've never tried it before from Dooney and Bourke, when you get your first Florentine bag home, you're not going to be able to stop touching it.
Yes,
like,
right?
It's
You
so
just pet
incredibly
it.
soft and supple.
Exactly, yeah. I love how soft and supple it is. And the wonderful thing about it is it actually gets more soft and more supple with age. I know. It's just the bag that keeps getting better. It truly is like investing in quality was something as I got older I learned that was it's just worth it, right? And so Florentine, a lot of times we talk about as a self-purchase, because I think a lot of us think like, yeah, I've always wanted to upgrade my bag and I want something that's going to last That's Florentine for you. Looking so good in that salmon, by the way.
I love that
vibrant
salmon shade.
Yeah.
I mean, and in Florentine, I feel like a lot of our favorite choices tend to be the bright, vibrant colors because we don't see them all the time. So if you're loving that salmon on Chardonnay, guess what? The bag's debuting right now. You get to be the first to shop for it. Make sure you use that Easy Pay $64.60 a month if that's helpful to make it fit into your budget. But don't miss out on the color that you love. Here's salmon. We also have navy, which is more of like that midnight blue. Here's the red. Up top, we have light taupe. We also have black. And then your final choice is the natural. A691721 is your item number. Brand new Florentine leather from Dooney. We have more Florentine leather coming your way during the show.